Clay epoxy or magic sculpt is a revolutionary material that has changed the way many people do sculpting today. It is designed as a two-part epoxy, which means that there is the resin and hardener tube of the material. Without mixing the two, curing does not begin, and therefore the clay cannot dry or harden to solid for that matter. This epoxy clay is specially designed to be used by various professionals, including modelers and sculptors. Its contents easily smoothed out when mixed with water and therefore can be molded like any other water-based clay. Furthermore, the grain structure of this clay is finer compared to any other product in the market, and hence it does not crack or shrink when it dries. The epoxy takes approximately 3 hours for it to harden. It therefore provides its users enough time for them to work on whatever they are making. Moreover, it can be drilled, sanded, or retouched with various carving tools after it has fully hardened. The hardener may be painted using most paints and placed underwater, since it is resistant to water effects. Application of this hardener is possible on various different surfaces. An individual can use the epoxy on things like glass, wood, clay, foam, and stone since it adheres to all these surfaces. Another use of the hardener is bonding. It may be utilized to bind two different materials. Ordinary wet clays shrink once they are fired, thus making it hard to produce objects in bits or to join a created piece onto another piece. The great thing about epoxy clays is that they do not shrink once they harden. This is because their components are very fine, and therefore very little is lost in the drying process. The epoxy clay may as well be used in various home improvement and repair duties like blocking off cracks, pockets, or even splits. It may furthermore be employed in sealing roofs, which contain holes, or restore tubs and sinks, which might have been damaged. Any kind of home improvement that needs sealing or perhaps bonding tool may incorporate use of epoxy putty. This adhesive tool is extremely valuable in many different tasks. It really is flexible and therefore is utilized in many kinds of places or areas. Fully cured epoxy clay may be drilled, sanded, and carved using sculpting files. It also may be varnished or painted with almost any type of paint. However, to ensure that you get a fine and durable finish, one has to use a primer before painting. Magic Sculpt can be utilized using bare hands. There are those individuals who, however, prefer to wear latex gloves for easy cleaning after molding. Although true molding enthusiasts prefer to feel the clay without the gloves, there might be some sort of odor when using new epoxy containers. However, as opposed to some resins and fiberglass, this clay compound is not toxic and the odor fades away fairly rapidly. Just a simple washing with soap and water is all that you have to do to get rid of the odor.